In the vast and expansive desert of ancient Egypt, one of the most revered and powerful deities was Ra, the sun god. His myth transcends the simple idea of a god who controls the sun. It holds deep symbolic meaning and offers profound insight into the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. Ra's journey across the sky each day and his descent into the underworld at night form the very core of Egyptian mythology, representing the eternal cycles of consciousness and unconsciousness, order and chaos, and life and death. But beyond just the physical aspect of his travels, Ra's story carries a psychological message that aligns remarkably with Jungian psychology and the process of individuation. In this deeper exploration, we'll examine the symbolism of Ra's daily journey, his cosmic battles, and how this myth mirrors our own internal struggles, growth, and psychological development. Ra was not just a deity who controlled the sun. He was the creator god, the supreme ruler of the cosmos, and the eternal light that maintained balance and order in the universe. His journey represents much more than a daily transition of the sun. It symbolizes the human psychological journey of awakening, confrontation, and transformation. Ra's story begins with his essential role in Egyptian mythology. As the sun god, Ra was revered as the creator of all life and the sustainer of the world. The sun was considered the most powerful and vital force in the universe, and in Egyptian thought, it was Ra who brought life, light, and order to a chaotic world. His daily journey in the sky wasn't just a physical one, it was a symbolic journey that mirrored the human process of navigating through consciousness and unconsciousness. The sun, Ra's embodiment, was not merely a cosmic object, but a divine force that governed both the physical and psychological realms. In Jungian terms, the sun represents the conscious ego, the part of the psyche that is aware of itself and the world. But, as we will see, the sun's path is not a straightforward journey. It mirrors the journey the ego must take in its own process of growth and transformation. Ra's daily journey begins at dawn, when he rises from the eastern horizon, marking the beginning of a new cycle of consciousness. In Jungian psychology, this rise of Ra is the awakening of awareness, the emergence of consciousness after a period of darkness, ignorance, or unconsciousness. The rising sun symbolizes the dawn of self-awareness, where the ego starts its new day, ready to engage with the world. As the sun rises, it illuminates the darkness, dispels ignorance, and brings light to the world. Just like this, in the human psyche, as we wake each day, we are presented with the opportunity to confront the unconscious aspects of ourselves, integrate those hidden parts, and bring them into the light of awareness. As Ra sails across the sky in his solar bark, named after Ma'at, the goddess of cosmic order, he is not just bringing light to the world. He is carrying cosmic order itself, ensuring that the forces of chaos do not overwhelm creation. In this journey, the solar bark represents the process of individuation, the integration of the unconscious with the conscious. It is a vessel that holds not only Ra's power, but also the balance of life itself. Jung often referred to the self as the unifying principle of the psyche, much like Ra is the unifying force that maintains the balance of the universe. As Ra travels through the heavens, maintaining this cosmic order, he ensures that the forces of disorder and chaos do not consume the world. This mirrors how the ego, in the process of individuation, must constantly maintain order within the psyche, navigating the sometimes chaotic terrain of the unconscious. The solar journey of Ra is marked by trials, but the sun continues to rise and travel through the sky each day, despite these challenges. Throughout his journey, Ra is accompanied by gods and divine beings that represent different aspects of his cosmic order and light. These deities in Ra's company symbolize the various facets of the ego that are needed to navigate life and the unconscious, wisdom, strength, and knowledge. Ra's journey across the sky is not just about physical movement, but about the conscious interaction between these gods, who represent various functions of consciousness. They reflect the internal forces within the psyche that allow the ego to maintain its path toward wholeness. But as the day reaches its end, Ra's journey takes a turn into the darkness of the west, symbolizing the descent into the unconscious. As Ra moves toward the setting sun, he enters the Duat, the Egyptian underworld. Here, Ra encounters forces of chaos and darkness, primarily in the form of the serpent god Apep, also called Apophis. Apep is a serpent that embodies chaos, destruction, and the shadow, the hidden, repressed, and uncontrollable aspects of the unconscious mind. Apep's role is to swallow the sun, to stop the cycle of life, light, and order. This symbolic act represents the forces within us that threaten to destroy the ego, to overwhelm our conscious awareness with the shadow and the repressed elements of our psyche that we have denied or ignored. Apep's continual battle with Ra is symbolic of the struggle with the unconscious. Jung called this process confronting the shadow, the part of ourselves that contains all that we repress or reject. This battle is necessary, as only by facing the darkness within can the ego emerge stronger, integrated, and transformed. Ra's descent into the Duat represents the psychological process of self-exploration, entering the depths of the unconscious, where all the fears, desires, and unresolved parts of ourselves reside. Jungian psychology teaches us that we must confront these parts to achieve wholeness. Without this confrontation, the unconscious forces can overwhelm us, pulling us into destructive patterns or behaviors. Despite Apep's attempts to stop him, Ra always emerges victorious. His rebirth each morning symbolizes the renewal of consciousness. Ra's rise from the Duat, from the darkness, is symbolic of the ego's ability to rise above the forces of the unconscious that threaten to derail us. This daily rebirth is a psychological process of self-renewal, where the ego reemerges from the unconscious with a renewed sense of clarity and purpose. Just as Ra's journey is cyclic, moving through light, darkness, and back to light, so, too, is the ego's journey of self-awareness and transformation. Every day is an opportunity for renewal, for integration of the unconscious forces, and for the ego to return to its higher purpose with greater wisdom. Ra's rebirth is not only symbolic of the sun returning to the sky, but also represents the process of psychic transformation. Jung spoke of this as the process of individuation, where the ego moves through various stages of self-discovery and integration. In this way, Ra's daily cycle mirrors our own personal cycle of growth, where we confront our shadows, integrate them into consciousness, and rise again to a new level of self-awareness. Ra's journey extends into the realm of the afterlife, where he plays a key role in the judgment of the dead. Egyptian beliefs held that, after death, the soul would journey through the Duat and face trials and judgments before reaching the afterlife. Ra, in his role as creator and judge, guided souls through this process. In Jungian terms, this represents the psychic journey of the soul as it confronts its shadow, integrates unconscious material, and transcends the ego. The judgment of the dead, where the heart is weighed against the feather of Ma'at, symbolizes the process of psychic purification, the cleansing of the soul before it can ascend to higher states of being. Ra's association with the afterlife teaches us that the journey doesn't end with physical death. It is an ongoing process of transformation that continues beyond the physical world. This mirrors the Jungian idea that individuation is not a single moment of self-realization, but a lifelong journey. The soul must continue to grow, face its shadow, and integrate its unconscious parts in order to achieve wholeness and rebirth. Just as Ra's daily cycle is an eternal symbol of renewal, that Ra's myth is more than just a cosmic event. It is a timeless metaphor for the inner journey we all take towards self-actualization and transformation. The daily rise of Ra, his descent into darkness, his battle with Apep, and his daily rebirth are powerful symbols of the eternal psychological struggle we face as we seek to integrate our shadows, confront our unconscious, and emerge with greater self-awareness. Ra's eternal journey is a reminder that no matter how dark the unconscious becomes, there is always the possibility for renewal, for light to break through the darkness, for order to emerge from chaos, and for the ego to transform into a more integrated, whole self. Ra's journey, as the sun god, is not just a story about the sun. It is a profound psychological journey.